Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to talk about one part of the TOEIC listening test, which is part 4, the short talks. In this part, test taker will listen to short monologues such as announcement, report, or office messages. Each talk is played only once and followed by 3 questions. Many students find this part challenging because they need to listen, understand, and answer questions at the same time. If they miss one detail, they often feel panic and lose focus. Therefore, it is important to use the right strategies. In this presentation, we will explain several key tips that can help you listen more effectively and answer the question with more confidence. So, before we going to start our presentation, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Iftitakhul Millaty.
Halo guys, my name is Lestari Sapi'i Natun Najah.
My name is Dimas Ardhani.
And my name is Gerhan Adib Ilyasa.
First, always preview the question before the audio starts. Even a short time can help you identify keywords such as where, why, or what will happen next. These steps prepares you to know what information to listen for. And second, you do not need to understand every word in the recording. Instead, focus on the main purpose of the talk and listen for important details like names, numbers, place, and time expressions.
Number 3, be careful with this character or TOEIC. The speaker will mention information that is later changed, so the correct answer is usually the most recent or updated information. And finally, if you miss one question, do not stop listening. Cause the best possible answer and move on. Staying focused is more important than answering on difficult question correctly.
Alright, now we come to the question and example session. But before we start to the question, let's listen to the audio first.
Today will be partly sunny and very hot and humid. The high will be 100 with a southwesterly wind at 6 to 12 miles per hour. Tonight will be warm with possible thunderstorms. The low will be 72. Tomorrow and Tuesday will be cloudy and breezy with possible thunderstorms and a high of 82. After that, though, we should have pleasant weather right up through to the weekend.
Alright, question number 81. What will the weather be like today? The correct answer is C, hot and sticky. Why? Because the report say very humid and hot. In everyday English, when it's hot and humid, people says it feels sticky or muggy. That's a classic collocation, so C is a natural paragraph. Now, why are the others wrong? A. Cloudy and cool. No, it's partly sunny and the height is 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Not cool at all. Warm and breezy? That describe tomorrow and Tuesday, not today. D. Windy and rainy. There's a light wind, but rain isn't expected until tonight and even then. It's just possible thunderstorm. Tip. Always match the description to the exact time frame in the question. Next, question number 82. On which day is this report given? The correct answer is A, Sunday. Here's is the key sentence. Tomorrow and Tuesday will be cloudy. Think about this. If both tomorrow and Tuesday are mentioned as future days, then tomorrow must be a Monday because Tuesday comes right after Monday. So, if tomorrow is Monday, today is Sunday. Also notice the forecast and with pleasant weather right up through the weekend. That implies the weekend hasn't happened yet, so we're likely at the start of the week. Tip: when two consecutive days are named together, tomorrow and Tuesday, use them like a puzzle pieces to figure out the current of the day. Alright, let's move on to question 83 to 84. Before we start to the question, let's listen to the audio first.
Nearly 80% of over 2,000 employees polled by Brigham Consulting Incorporated recommend their company as an employer, but 45% would leave for a mere 10% increase in pay.
Now, question number 83. How many of the employees like the company? The answer is D. Most often. Why? Nearly 80% means almost 4 of 5 employees. That definitely most. I will be 100%. Too extreme. Very few or less than half will be under 50%, the opposite of 18%. Remember, in surveys, recommend as employed equals strong indicator of satisfaction. Next, question number 84. How much of a race will end this song to live? The answer is A. 10%. It states directly 45% will live for a mere 10% increase in pay. The word mere tells us even a small raise could lure nearly half of the staff away. And watch out for choices C and D. Real number from the passage, but they refer to percentage of people, not the rest amount. Always check what the number describes.
Before we start to the question, let's listen to the audio first.
Philippine researchers, while studying Asian flu, have found a gene that causes colon cancer. They also found that this gene is particularly common in people of Nordic ancestry. Researchers say that the gene may be responsible for about 10% of the 100,000 new cases of colon cancer that will be diagnosed this year alone. Fortunately, a blood test has been devised which can detect the gene.
Question number 5. What is the story about? A. A new kind of cancer. B. How to test for cancer. C. A cancer-causing gene. D. An Asian research center. The answer C. A cancer-causing gene. This is the core discovery. Every else, the research, the blood test, the essentially revolve around this gene. It's not a new cancer. The blood test is important, but is a tool, not the main topic. The Philippine theme is just the sort, not the subject. Strategy asks what was discovered or announced. That's usually your main idea. Question number 6. Who is most likely to be affected? A. Scandinavians. B. Filipinos. C. Asians. D. Americans. The answer A. Scandinavians. Why? Because Nordic ancestry refers to people from Nordic countries like Sweden, Norway, Denmark. They are often called Scandinavians in general English usage. Filipinos are the research, not the affected group, and while American might include people of Northeast Can, is far more precise and matched exactly.
Before we start to the question, let's listen to the audio first.
All managers are requested to report to the VIP lounge for a meeting at 1 o'clock. We're going to coordinate our activities for the move to the top floors of the new building. Please bring a list of all your files, books, and belongings so that we can give it to the movers. All boxes need to have the old as well as the new office room numbers clearly marked on them.
For question 87, the keyword is where, so we need to listen carefully for the location of the meeting. The speaker mentions several places, such as the new building and the top floor. However, these places are mentioned as future plans. The move has not happened yet. This is a common TOEIC trap. The test mentions new or interesting location to confuse listeners. The speaker clearly states that the meeting is still held in the current location, which is the VIP room. Therefore, the correct answer is D, the VIP room. Now, let's move on to the question 88. The keyword here is purpose. So, we should focus on why the meeting is being held. In the recording, the speaker says, to coordinate our activities for the move. This phrase has the same meaning as organize the move. The other options are distractors. Collecting boxes will happen later. Room numbers have already been decided, and there is no direct meeting with the movers. So, the correct answer is A, to organize the move.
Okay, let's move on to question 89. What should the managers bring? The correct answer is option C, a list of belongings. Why is this the correct answer? The speaker clearly says that the managers should bring a list of all their files, books, and other belongings. This means they do not bring the actual items to the meeting. They only bring the information about those items. The purpose of the list is to help the movers plan the relocation more efficiently. So, this meeting is about preparation, not physical moving. Options A and B may sound correct at first. However, they are incorrect. The managers are not asked to bring their files or books. They are asked to bring a written record. Before we start into question 90, let's listen to the audio.
Ladies and gentlemen, we should all be crazy rich by now, right? We read any investment and financial magazine we can get our hands on. We listen to every financial guru who steps up to the podium, subscribe to any newsletter that promises the gold. And yet, the money, the big money, still eludes us. Is tonight's speaker just one more link in the chain? His statistics clearly indicate otherwise, and so does my experience working with him. May I introduce Mr. Michael Falkenberry, author of Money is Everything.
Now, let's continue with question 90. What is the meeting about? The correct answer is option D, financial advice. At the beginning of the talk, the speaker mentions several ways people try to become rich. However, most of those methods do not work. Then, Mr. Falconberry is introduced as someone who gives useful and practical advice about money. This contrast is important. It shows that the meeting focuses on money management and personal finance. The title of his book, Money is Everything, supports this idea. Therefore, the main purpose of the meeting is to provide financial advice. So, to conclude, success in TOEIC Part 4 does not require perfect English. It mainly depends on using effective listening strategies. By previewing the question, focusing on the main purpose of the talk, identifying possible distractors, and staying focused throughout the test, test takers can listen more efficiently and answer the questions more accurately. And with regular practice and the right strategies, TOEIC listening part 4 can become more manageable and less stressful. Thank you for your attention. See you on the next time. Bye bye.